Hi, I'm Veena.
And I'm Neena.
Welcome to Basic Dance. Belly dance originated in Egypt thousands of years ago. Valued and treasured as an expression of sensuality, health, and fertility, this art form is one of the most popular and influential dances of the world. It's also fun to do and easy to learn. In this program, you will learn this choreographed dance routine. The various components that make up these moves will first be isolated into arm and upper body movements, lower body movements, and traveling steps. We will then combine these moves into this choreographed dance. So clear away some space and get ready to have some fun. Let's begin by raising our arms up as we breathe deep into our bellies, filling our whole body with oxygen. Now exhale, crossing our arms in front of our body. Inhale, raise your arms, lifting up in your rib cage. And exhale, cross it down, slightly tucking in your pelvis. Inhale, lift your neck, keeping your shoulders down. And exhale, cross down, keeping your back straight. Last time, inhale, lift in your abs, open up your chest, and exhale. Allow your tailbone to drop. Let's warm up our necks. Tilt your neck to one side and drop your head. Roll it gently and slowly to the other side. Lift and drop your neck. Feel the stretch in the neck muscles. Again, side tilt, drop, and roll without twisting or jerking. And one more time, roll, allowing the tension in your neck and shoulders to melt away. Swoop your arm up and lean without moving your hips. Feel the stretch in the side muscles. Breathe. Keep your heels down to get the optimum stretch. Now switch sides. Swoop your arm up and stretch over. Relax your shoulders. It's important to breathe as you relax into your stretch. Straighten and arm up. Lean. Again, keep your shoulders down. Straighten. One more time. Swoop it up. And lean over. Keep breathing. Hands at the waist and feet together. Bend your knees, keeping both heels on the ground. Feel the stretch in the calves. Hold. Now bend up and down. Your knees should bend right over your toes and not inward. Keep your shoulders down and breathe. This is a great warm-up for your ankles and feet. Turn to the side and keep bending, this time creating an upward circle with your hips. Just let your hips go. Bend, lift your hips back and around. Bend down and around. This movement is a great warm-up for your knees, ankles, and your undulations. Now we're ready for upper body isolations. Let's start with some basic arms. The first arm position is the Aladdin arm. One hand on the head and the other arm extends. To enhance this, lift your upper torso and gently lean back. Now the other side. Lightly keep the fingers soft and together, and don't bend the wrist. The palm faces down. And lean. A similar arm position is the genie arm. One hand near your temple as the other arm extends facing downward. Again, lift the torso and lean. Now switch to the other side. These arm positions are quite common and graceful in belly dance. Now bring the extended arm in front of you, creating a variation of the genie arm. Keep your shoulders square. Cross your arms and switch sides. This arm position is used for certain traveling steps. Now raise one arm above and the other arm extends to the side to form the shape of the letter L. The upper palm faces out and the side palm faces down. Switch sides. Try not to expose the palm forward. This is a great classic arm position and is used often in belly dance. A variation of the L arm is when the extended arm is in front of the body instead of the side. Whether it is to the side or the front depends on the nature of the move. Try it on the other side. Many traveling steps are accompanied by this arm position. Drop the arm by your hip and round out both arms to form the shape of the letter S. Both elbows and wrists are slightly bent. Switch sides. One arm lifts while the other arm drops. This is a great arm position for framing many hip movements. Crossing arm is our next one. Both arms cross up. It's like taking off your t-shirt. And again. Cross in front and lift your arms up. Wrist circles are a wonderful way to add emphasis to isolated areas of your body. Start by making 2 fists. Now turn them outward, creating circles away from you. Continue making your circles, getting used to the feeling of rotating your wrists. Circle and circle. Now open your hands and lead with the same circular motion with your middle finger. As you circle your wrist, bring the rest of your fingers in towards your palm and wave them out, like picking up silk material and letting it go. Circle, turning away from you. Now let's move our wrist circles to other areas. The hip. Up the side of your body. Circling it round and round. And down your body. You can also embellish your arm movements with 2 wrist circles, like our L-shaped arm. Or maybe with just 1 arm. For temple arms, stretch your arms up above your head. The back of the wrists are touching each other. Your arms should look like a dome. Temple arms look great with head isolations. Try not to tilt or rotate your head. This movement adds grace and mystery to any dance combination. Snake arms, a traditional element of belly dance, adds a mystical flavor to your performance. These serpent-like arms start by lifting up the elbow and dropping the elbow, allowing the wrists and the fingers to follow. Elbow, wrist, fingers, elbow, wrist, fingers. To create bigger snake arms, first lift the shoulder, then the elbow, then the wrist, and then the fingers, isolating each part of the arm. Now the opposite arm. Lift, elbow, wrist, fingers, elbow, wrist, fingers. So whether the elbow comes up or down, just allow the wrists and the fingers to follow. Now initiate the shoulder, then the elbow, then the wrist and the fingers follow. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers. Now alternate with 1 arm up and the other arm down. Opposite 1 arm up and the other arm down, lifting and dropping the elbows. Your arms should feel like you're treading through water. Keep the arms soft and flowing. Shoulder shimmies create excitement and energy to Middle Eastern dance. Pretend your shoulders are fists and you are punching each shoulder forward. Punch forward, now forward, punch, punch. Alternate your shoulders in a slow, steady movement. Keep punching. Keep it steady. Think you can go faster? Try it. That's it. Stay relaxed. Try to keep your arms in place and keep a steady rhythm. Now put one foot in front of the other and shift the weight to the forward leg and shift the weight back. Again and again. Try to take a walk with your shimmy. That's right. One more time the other way. That was great. We begin our rib slides by pushing your rib cage forward and back. Rib slides are an important part of upper body isolations. Push forward with your back muscles and pull back with your abdominal muscles. Forward and back. Think of your upper body separated from your lower body. Let's work those same muscles as we lift and drop the rib cage. Lift, drop. Lift as high as you can and drop without involving your shoulders. Keep your shoulders still as your rib cage lifts up and drops down. Undulations are one of the most sensual moves in belly dance. The basis to this movement are upward rib circles. By combining rib and chest movements, we're going to first create a 4-point square. Slide your rib cage forward, lift your chest up, slide the rib cage back, and drop your chest down. Forward, lift, back, down. The square will help the parameters of your movement. Now round out the corners into an upward circle, keeping your hips and knees soft. Forward, around, back, and down. Forward, around, back, and down. Keep your knees soft and release your hips back as your ribs circle forward, around, back, down. One more time. Like a Ferris wheel. Guess what? You've just done an undulation. Let's get ready for lower body. Now we're ready to isolate the lower body movements. Let's begin with hip circles. Push your hip forward, to the side, back, and the other side. Bending the opposite knees as you shift your weight. Think of drawing a circle on the floor with your hips. Keep the legs together and the knees soft. Lift up and off your tailbone as you circle your hips around. Your upper body should remain still. Now the other direction. Again, push forward, side, back, and side, drawing a circle with your lower body. Keep your shoulders down and relaxed. Each time you circle your hips to the side, your inside leg bends and the outside leg is straight. And around. Now let's take those hip circles double time. Forward, side, back, side. Keeping your knees soft and your upper body still. Front, around. Front, around. Now the other direction. Front, back, front, and back. Keep your knees soft, lift up in your abs, and your upper body still. Hip circles are a fundamental movement in belly dance. Front and around. Front and around. Now let's take your hip circles and pivot around one foot. Step, circle, step, circle. Drawing the circles towards your inside leg. Now the other way. The inside leg is anchored in the middle as the outside leg moves around. Step, circle, step, circle. You can also draw half circles by pushing your hips to the front and the side. Push front and the side. Like the full circles, keep your upper body still and relaxed, and your knees soft as you create your half circle. Side, forward, side. Let's do them faster. Side, forward, side. Side, forward, side. The alternating knees bend again as the weight shifts. Half circle, half circle. Now let's work individual hips. Bicycle hips is another sensual movement in belly dance. We begin by pushing off the ball of your front foot as your hip creates an upward circle going forward. Push back, lift up, around, and down. Back, lift, around, and down. Keeping your inner thighs together. Try this movement faster. Keep your circles full and round. Turn to the other side. Push off the front foot as you circle your hip forward. Keep your movement fluid and circular. Make sure your inner thighs stay close together. Get ready for double time. Up and around, up and around. This movement should feel like riding a bicycle. Hip drops are one of the most important lower body isolated movements. Lift the hip by contracting your side muscles and push the hip down to drop it. Contract, lift, push to drop. Keeping your weight on your supporting leg. Now double this move. Use your front leg for balance as you lift and drop. Again, keep your inner thighs close together. That's it. For even a faster hip drop, pretend your hip is a hammer pounding on a nail. Drop, 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 drop. Try some arms. Genie. Add an L arm. And finally, S arms. Great. Now the other side. Weight is on the back leg and the knee is soft. Contract, drop. Up, push, lift, drop. Great. And faster. Up, drop, up, drop. Remember to keep your upper body still. Back leg is stable and no bouncing. Good. We've picked our favorites. Perhaps you have yours. Another important and exciting movement in belly dance is hip shimmies. Don't be nervous about this one. It's easier than it looks. Start this movement by alternating your hips side to side by straightening your knees one at a time, but never locking your knees. Keep your hips and knees relaxed and your upper body still. Your upper body feels as if it's separated from your lower body. Double time. Straighten, 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 straighten. Let's increase our speed to a shimmy. You can do it. That's it. If you lose your rhythm, slow down your shimmy, keeping your knees soft. Then build back up to speed. If you're feeling confident, try adding an arm movement. Remember some of those that we learned earlier? Hip shimmies take practice, but once you learn them, they're fun and invigorating. Now let's learn some basic traveling steps. The 4-count bass is simple and fun. And by adding arm movements, it brings a sense of style and personality to your performance. Begin by stepping flat foot forward, opposite step, back step, opposite step, 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 back, step, forward, step, back, step. One leg is moving back and forth, and the other is in place. Forward, step, back, step. Forward, step, back, step. Double time. Forward step, back step. Forward step, back step. Forward step, back step. Forward step, back step. Once you have this movement, You can add any arms. Snake arms is one of our favorites with this step. Try it with L arms. Forward step, back step. Or any other arm. Great. Now let's switch feet. Forward, step, back, step. Forward, step, back, step. Remember, one leg is moving and the other isn't. Forward, step, back, step. Forward and back. Forward and back. You've got it. Forward step, back step. Forward step, back step. Forward step, back step. Go ahead. Feel free to add some arms. Snake arms. This may take a little practice, but you're getting it. That's it. Half turns can be done side to side or forward and back. Begin by transferring your weight from the outside leg to the stationary leg and back to the moving leg, creating a half a circle. Pushing your hip out to the side. And again, pivoting, turning halfway, pivoting, turning the other half. Step, turn, step, turn. Faster. Step, turn, step, turn. Keeping both legs straight. Step, turn, step, turn. Let's continue this turn with a genie arm. Step, turn, step, turn, step, half turn, step, half turn. Pushing your hip out. Let's change directions. Step, half turn, step, half turn, step, pivot, transfer weight, step, pivot, transfer weight, pivot, and pivot, step, pivot, step, pivot. Make sure you're looking in the direction you're going. Step, half turn, step, half turn. Step, turn, step, turn. Add the arm. As your arm extends, so does the hip. Step, pivot, turn, step, pivot, turn. Turn and turn. Half turn, half turn. One of the most common and enjoyable traveling moves is the basic step. First in place, we step on one foot, lift the opposite hip, step on the other foot, and the opposite hip goes up. Up, and step, and up. Step, lift your hip up, and step, lift your hip up. Arms by your side. Step, hip up, and step, hip up. Up, step, hip up. Step, up, step, up. Add genie arms. Step, hip up, step, hip up. That's it. Let's try it to tempo. You can do it. Up, 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 and up. At this tempo, we can even add a little bounce. Great job! Now we're ready to dance. You've learned a lot of steps today. Now let's put them together in our choreography. Start with the 4-count bass, forward, step, back, step. Now add snake arms to this move. And repeat. Again, we repeat the 4-count bass, this time with the L arms. And change to Aladdin arms. And again with our arms out. Forward, step, back, step. Now turn to one side, and we do 4 hip drops with our S arms. If you're comfortable, you may want to double your hip drops. Now half circle to the other side, where we do 4 chest lifts and drops. Now 2 hip circles facing forward. And 4 hip circles turning. Remember, pivoting on one leg as you make your turns in place. Now shoulder shimmies. First to the front, and then we walk around. Next, 4 basic steps, either traveling forward or in place. And then 2 half circles. Now we change to snake arms, slowly bending our knees. And coming up using temple arms, adding a head slide. Stay with the temple arms and change to bicycle hips. Next are our half turns with the Aladdin arm. Half circle, half circle. We end our dance with hip shimmies. Crossing arms, ending above our heads, and wrist circles coming down our body. And there you have the choreography. Now let's try it to tempo. 4 count bass, snake arms, snake arms, L arms, Aladdin arms, 4 count bass, hip drops, half circle, chest lifts and drops, half circle, and hip circle. Hip circles turns, shoulder shimmies, and walk around. Basic step. 2 half circles, snake arms, temple arms, head slides, and bicycle hips. Get ready for half turns. Ending with half circles. Now you're almost done with hip shimmies, crossing arms, and wrist circles down. And end with a creative pose. Great job! Now that you've learned the steps that you need to perform this dance, let's do it again. This time, enjoy the music and most of all, have fun. You've completed basic moves. Keep practicing with us, and you'll discover the exotic belly dancer within.
for these additional titles available from Natural Journeys and Gold Hill Home Media.